now we have Ray Young from the Musite chapter of Alpha Phi Alpha fraternity, and he's here to talk about the annual Miss Black and Gold pageant. Hey, Ray.
Good afternoon.
How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing good. So just tell me a little bit about the pageant this year, Miss Black and Gold.
Well, first I'll start with the date. The pageant will be Sunday, October 5th. Doors open at 6, and the pageant starts at 6:30. You can get your pre-sale tickets for $3 this Thursday from 11 to 1. And at the door, the tickets are $5, and a couple's ticket is $8. On the pageant, the basic theme of the pageant is the Mulan Disney movie.
Mm-hmm.
And in the movie, you notice that Mulan was challenging herself to bring honor to her family and to her father.
Mm-hmm.
So we're basically looking for a contestant who is exemplifying those same characteristics and more to actually bring honor to herself by exemplifying her qualities as a true woman, and to bring bring honor to the chapter.
Very cool. Mulan is like one of my favorite Disney movies.
You know, it's a good movie. I just watched it again a couple weeks ago. It's a really good movie.
Just to get like a refresher, so make sure y'all are on point with the theme.
Right.
I got you. Okay, so as you said, you're just trying to make sure like the women know that it's not all about, the beauty aspect. You were telling me earlier about that.
Right. Basically, the fraternity knows the importance of women and their role in society, even with politics and just social life. We acknowledge that women are very important. So our main focus is to uplift the community and uplift the university. And this pageant is just one of our big events that we do to make that goal happen. So throughout practices, throughout the pageant, throughout encouragement, we make sure that we emphasize the true inner beauty of a woman, make sure they know who they are, make sure they know that we are not picking them just because they're beautiful, but also that they're intellectual, that they have success, that they have confidence in themselves. And even if you don't have full confidence, we try to encourage them to even build that confidence.
Very cool. Now, is this your first time hosting a pageant?
It is my very first time as a director of a pageant.
Okay, what's it been like?
It's very interesting.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's very interesting. This is my first time tackling it, so a lot of learning experiences.
Definitely.
A lot of fun times, a lot of not really aggravating times, but it's like time pressing because you're trying to make sure different goals are reached, make sure different things, especially when you're I'm a perfectionist, so I'm always on top of things, trying to make sure it's exactly like this. And, sometimes it's not going to turn out like that. But that's one challenge that I've been approached with in this pageant.
Okay, so is this your first time hosting, like, a big event or being just in charge of, like, a big responsibility like this?
Not my first time. Actually, currently, I'm the assistant district director for the state of Mississippi with the fraternity. So we have College Brothers Retreat, district conventions that we have to put together. And I have to work really closely with that and with the board. Also, being in that position, I'm on the regional board. So I have to work with the regional College Brothers Retreat. And so I'm getting a lot of experience of trying to put things together. But this pageant has really affected my leadership skills, and working with the different contestants and different personalities and trying to meet deadlines. So I believe my professionalism has really grown throughout this pageant specifically.
Very cool. Okay, so like what's been some just very cool or very interesting learning experiences for you during this whole process, like the practices and just getting to know the girls and learning more about pageant life? What's been like a great experience for you?
When Brother Don Holmes was the chapter president, at the top of his agenda, he always had this quote, and it was by James Hunter, and it said, "Leadership, the skill of influencing people to work enthusiastically towards goals identified as being the common good." So that is one big thing that I've been challenged with in this pageant. Basically trying to get all the contestants to identify the common good, and to get them to work enthusiastically towards that common good. And of course, this quote really has influenced leadership in my life. And I'm pretty sure it's gonna, I'll be able to use it in the future. It's a great thing, and it's something that also I believe the contestants are learning as well, because even though you may not be the director of a pageant, and you may be just a contestant, not just a contestant. You may be a contestant, uh, but you can learn many leadership skills from that.
Definitely. So, how many girls do you have
We
this
have
year?
10 beautiful contestants.
Wow. And last year you had 7,
7.
you were telling me. So, it's definitely growing.
Definitely growing.
I always hear good things. This year will be my first year attending, but I always hear great things about the
You're
pageant.
in for a treat. You're in for a treat. It'll be Sunday, like I said, and Sunday actually there will be 3 musical performances throughout the pageant. So
Wow.
it'll be very entertaining. You won't, it's not the usual pageant. And when I say usual pageant, also this pageant itself excels higher than the university level. So if you are to win on the university level, you can go to the district level, then the regional level, then the national level, which brings in more scholarship money, more connections. So it's not the same kind of pageant. With this fraternity, you're held at a higher standard, and we really emphasize on that standard.
Speaking of higher standards, you were telling me earlier about a past Miss Black and Gold that is actually the current Miss Mississippi.
That's correct.
Jasmine Murray.
She won 2 years ago. The state pageant. Last year, Miss Kristen Dupart, which is a student here at the University of Southern Mississippi, won the state pageant. But Miss Murray won 2 years ago, and she went on to win the Miss Mississippi pageant.
That tells you a lot about you guys' standards, because she went on to compete at a state level, and then she competed in Miss America. So, very cool. Very cool to say you guys, she was a Miss Black and Gold first. Right. Very cool. So let's see. When is it again? It's this Sunday.
Pageant's this Sunday, October 5th. Doors open at 6, and the pageant will start at 6:30 promptly. So you don't have to worry about it starting late. And tickets are $3 Thursday. We have a table in the Thad Cochran Center atrium. There'll be $3 there. At the door, there'll be $5. And if there's a couple, 2 people, we'll charge you $8 instead of 10. So you get a little discount if you bring more people.
Very cool. All right, Ray, thank you again for coming. And we look forward to seeing all of the contestants at the Miss Black and Gold pageant this Thursday. If people need to get in contact with someone about a ticket or more information about the pageant, how can they do that?
You can reach me by email at a.young@eagles.usm.edu. Also, you can show up Thursday from 11 to 1 in the Thad, and we can get you a ticket.